All right. Dcentral Miami, how are you feeling? I know that feel. Sap, you made it.
It was easy. I ran away from I-95. For some reason, whenever there's a conference, Art Basel or something coming, you got to rough away from I-95. So I came down A18, good old Ocean Drive.
You still made it look easy, though.
I tried.
So on that note, we're talking about that transition. Not everyone can make it look easy. Some people, people struggle.
I figured it out. You have to find good people and a good team to work with that gets you across the board, that gets you on another side where you're not so educated at. Like if I can take you to the football field, I know exactly where that's at. I know where all the nooks and crannies, where all the good spots, where all the, the crowd gets loud and all of that. But when I'm over here, I needed a team like y'all, so that's why I joined this team.
Well, hey, I appreciate that, and we're gonna talk more about that, some of the specifics.
Yes.
And let's slow things down and let's rewind just a little. Let's take things way back. But
back in the day.
I mean, it's not that far back. I mean, shit.
It's 20 years.
Okay, it's a little ways back. But let's look back and let's talk about that 20-year. It's almost 20-year, right? Almost exactly 20-year. What do you feel like got your team over that hump to win the Super Bowl in 2003? What was different?
I accredited to one person, and it's John Gruden, because Tony Dungy had taught us everything we wanted to know about game management, game situations, how many seconds it was going to take us to tackle somebody, get on top of them, and let the clock run out, all of that. He had taught us all of that. But with Gruden, he came in with a chip on his shoulder, and he challenged us every snap. It was crazy, because we had never had a challenge like that before. Everybody walked into Tampa and seen Tampa 2, and they bowed down. It was either bow down or get beat down. It was either one. And that's the way we like to look at it. But with this guy, it was a daily challenge. First down was a challenge. Second down was a challenge. And he yelled at us one time I'll never forget. He says, "This defense is so great, why don't you score points?" And me and Brooks looked at each other and said, "Hey, we ain't scored many points, homie." So we took it as a personal challenge. And I said, "Well, how many you want?" And he said, "Well, give me 9. And when we scored the 9th touchdown, Dwight ran back the second interception to the end zone. That was the 9th one. And it was 47-21 in the game. And we kicked the extra point and made it 48-21. And I hold a championship ring because of it. And it's nothing else but that man, because he challenged us, because we were a good defense, but we were never going to be considered a great one unless we had a championship, and he pushed us over the edge. I mean, he was a nut. I loved it for it, too. I mean, every day it was something. I mean, no matter how much we beat down that offense, every day he'd come in there with a new wrinkle, a new something. Oh, I got something. I'm gonna break this wall. I'm like, nah, you keep trying, though. No problem. I mean, we rose to the challenge every day, but having him there, it was a reminder that 60 minutes from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Wow.
I wanted to add a caveat to that question, right? So I went to the University of Illinois, and Simeon Rice was my, the guy I looked up to, right? He was 4 years older. And I'm just curious, Warren, what was the difference of adding Simeon to that defense?
Player-wise, that was the key, because I was too old to set the stage and take him off. I remember when they told me, yeah, we got him coming in for a visit. I said, well, I don't need no chicken wings, no entertainment, no champagne, no nothing. I just want to sit with him. So he came in, and me and him sat in the room, and I walked in, and I said, "Dog, they'll never call you soft again." He said, "What?" I said, "You know what they say about you. They say you're soft. You can have 2 sacks, but you won't affect the game." I said, they'll never call you soft again, and they're going to have to call us a champion, because I'm going to set this stage. He ain't stepping up. I need somebody to take him off the stage now, because I used to set the stage and had to take him off the stage. Man, when you get around 30, I know why they say that magic number is 30, because, boy, from 22 to 30, I could leap small buildings in a single bound. I could. But, boy, you need some help. That was my dog.
I also heard he masquerades as a stripper at night, and we thought the same in college.
Listen, I got one for you. He was such a great player. He'd come in there with his Von Dutch hat on, You know, one of those slingshots. I got one on right now. Yeah, I got one on. One of the slingshots like that, you know, the little undershirt. So he come in with a slingshot, his Von Dutch hat on, boots undone. You know, those chains was in then too. So he had one of those big chains hanging off one of those trucker belts, spikes and everything on his little, you know, bracelet. I'm looking at him. He in there sleeping good. They like, Sap, you just gonna let him sleep in there like that? I'm like, long as he rushed that pass on Sunday, he can sleep all he want Monday through Saturday. I don't care. He can sleep all he want. But I got one for you. So we're sitting there, and our rooms are divided. So we're in the back looking the other way, and everybody else is looking this way, and we got a tape up. We're playing Mike Vick this week. Oh, my God. And Mike Vick's on this 6-week tear. And we're watching this. I mean, he going every third down, 59-yard touchdown. That run in Minnesota when he threw the ball up in the stands. Carolina on Sunday Night Football, he hit them for like 50, 60 yards. Another summer. So Simeon is sleeping beside me. So I tap him. I said, yo, dog, you know, I let you sleep anytime, but you might want to take a look at this. I mean, I've seen a lot of football, but we might want to take a look at this. So he looks up for about 3 plays and another 48-yarder, 70-something. He puts his head up in the air. I said, you do know it's jet black dark here. Nobody can see you. You just got to yell it out. So he yells out, hey, Monty. Monty Kiffin, our defensive coordinator, he's in the front of the room. Yeah, exactly. Ring of Honor guy. So he says, yeah, I'm Simeon. Simeon said, is this like a highlight tape or something? And I got to remind you, these are just consecutive third downs for the last 6 weeks. I mean, he breaking them off. I mean, he didn't sleep the rest of that week. I mean, he was up like this, like a kid in the candy store. I was like, you all right? He was like, you got to watch this. I'm like, I've been watching it all week. You don't have been asleep. I figured I'd wake you up on third down, let you know what we were facing this week. You know, get you a better sense of this young man is coming for us, buddy. Sap, you just gonna let him sleep? Yeah, if he needs to sleep, yeah, no problem. I sleep sometimes too.
Well, you know, we're going into this NFT project, and there's some people, you know, they look back, and they want to know, when you look back at that career. I mean, you exhibited not just talent but excellence. Right? I'm just saying.
I am sitting here.
Multiple levels of defense. Right? I know. It's weird. It's weird to talk about it that way. Right? I know. But I mean.
Transformational interior lineman. That's how I define it.
Thank you.
Transformational interior lineman.
I sat for many, many years and watched the next, you know, Baby Sap, the next Sap. They named a couple of these guys. I mean, boy, I'm sure waiting on it, but Aaron Donald fits the bill way better than anything we've seen. So, hey, I did.
And look how long it took.
Oh, hey, there's only 5 of us. There's only 5 first ballot defensive tackles in the history of the National Football League. I'm one. The other 4 are Bob Lilly, Merlin Olsen, Mean Joe Green, and Randy White. So I guess Aaron will fit right in with that group, right? So
the mold was broken.
Hey, man, it's got to be special. It's a special game that we play. It's a special position.
Yeah. So that said, I mean, in your humble opinion, do you feel?
I buried him. I'll talk good about number 99 in your program, number 1 in your heart. I'm sorry. You can't tarnish him. He's gone. He's gone.
So do you feel like the defense was the strongest of your generation? Because some would say that about you.
No. We started it, but Ray Lewis and the Ravens perfected it. My God, they won with Dilfer. I couldn't win with Dilfer. I love Trent to death, but I couldn't win with Dilfer. I had to go get me a Florida State Seminole, Brad the Bull Johnson. You know what I'm saying? A pretty good athlete. If you ever want to see a guy would do some trick shots, go over to Big Bad over on his Instagram. Oh my God, Brad's got some talent. But Ray Lewis won with Trent Dilfer, and that was almost impossible. I'm serious. I mean, I'm just letting you know. The Ravens 2000 defense, Bucks 2002. Who else was playing some good D then? It's another 85 Bears, of course. That's iconic for all of us. Yeah, the Bears. I mean, that was just.
You know what? A sleeper was the Richard Seymour Patriots.
Nah, don't talk like that.
Sleeper.
Don't talk like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a lot of pass interference. They just weren't calling. That's why we have the game wide open as we have it now. It's because of those games where they would beat no Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne and the boys. Boy, that was murder. That was so much PI, boy. That's a shame. Too much. But hey, man, that's what happens. You let the refs get involved, they will pull it out on you. Tuck rule, all kind of foolishness. Don't start. Gives me an itch when I think about that. I'm a Raider, baby. I'm a Raider after a buck, so it gives me an itch. Just win.
I mean, so we're gonna be asking you to brag on this a little bit.
Come on.
All right. As the QB killer, you can't answer as Warren Sapp now.
I got to do like my backup, The Rock. I got to name it. I got to talk in the third person.
Pretty much.
I'll try.
So as the QB killer,
I'll try.
What was your most memorable moment during that Super Bowl season?
The QB killer memory goes back 20 years, and it remembers the whole year. But one particular day is January 26, 2003, the actual day, because we were the last football team to go straight from a NFC championship game to the Super Bowl. No bye week in between. Straight. We left Philly the 19th. The 19th, got home on the 20th, flew to San Diego the next morning. We left the coaches in Tampa. Gruden tells me, you got the team. I said, what? He's like, we not getting on the plane. We got to put a game plan together. We'll get on the plane late tonight and fly in. I'm like, what? He's like, they got to be there at 9 o'clock for the press, for the media day. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, 24 hours, 9 a.m. I can handle it. I got them. Okay. So we take off. I get on. I tell the flight attendant. I say I need to. I was about to say stewardess, but it's flight attendant now. It was stewardess there. So flight attendant. So I say I need that microphone. I got to talk to my team. She's like, what? I was like, I'm the captain. I got to talk to him. I say, you don't see no coaches up there. She was like, I was just thinking that because it's our regular people every week. I'm like, no, I got the team. I got to talk to him. So she fires it up for me. I got on the microphone. I say, this is your captain speaking. This is your captain speaking. Everybody looked up. Oh, what are you talking about? I said, hey, either listen to this or face the consequences. There's not one single coach on this plane. We're going to land. We're going to break out like wild animals. I don't care what you do, how you do it, but you must be back by 9 o'clock Tuesday for media day. Because we got a team meeting before we go to media day at 10, but we got a team meeting at 9. I need every last one of y'all back by 8:30. You got me? And if you ain't back, you know what happens. I wet your bed all week long, and I got the master key. This is your captain. They hung up. They hung up. We land, break out like wild dogs, come back. I think everybody was back like 8 o'clock in the morning. We was at breakfast. Everybody, we was around there counting. I said, I ain't counting. I say, first D. Everybody put their hand up. I say, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10. First O, that's 11. First punt team, that's 11. First punt return, that's 11. That's how I did it. I said, oh, look like everybody here, so let's play. That's how we did it, baby. They gave me the team for 24 hours, baby. I got us the media day. I had a rough week. What do you want?
All right.
Hey, man, I got no way to keep it alive except me now. I mean, Lynch is a GM. Brooks runs the Lightning. I mean, these guys got real jobs.
It sounds like 24-hour cap. That's a real job. That is a real job.
Real job.
So I'm still kind of curious what the look on that stewardess's face was then.
Flight attendant.
Sorry. I'm gonna get canceled on this.
Flight attendant.
So, how did it feel at that time to bring a victory to a team that had double-digit losing seasons
for 11 straight years
before you joined?
Well, I got there. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah. So how'd that feel? And then, I mean, this is a two-parter. How'd that feel for you personally? Mm-hmm. And then what do you think was the key to that drastic change?
I'll go key to the drastic change because the key to the drastic change also helped me plan that parade that we talked about. Okay. We was there the first 7 weeks, and we were 5-2. I had lost 5 games in 4 years at the University of Miami, and I think Brooks had lost 6. So the next 9, we won. We went 2-7. I had lost more games in a month than I had in 4 years at the University of Miami. So this didn't sit well with me because I didn't know what it was like to lose a game and then, have an option. Are we going out tonight? We always won, so we always went out. I mean, it was never anything else we did. We partied, we played, then we partied. We played, won, then we partied. So now, I'm a grown man, and I'm in Tampa, and 11 straight double-digit loss seasons. So we go from 5-2 to 5-5 in 3 weeks. Then it's 5-6, 5-7, 5-8. Like, Lord have mercy. What is this? Like, and then you find yourself, because you're grown. It's different than college. You can go out. I'm a grown man. I'm finna go out and have dinner, and we'll swing by the little spot and have a couple of adult beverages before we go back home. What you doing out? You lost. I had never experienced this before. This was foreign to me. I'm like, wait a minute, we lost. What number? What you played today? I hadn't experienced this before, so I went to Brooks and I said, hey, man, are you experienced? Yeah, doing my. I said, yeah, we got to do something about this. And then Tony Dungy came along, and Dungy was a winner too, and we went 6-10 that year after 7-9 my first year, and we had only one losing season in the next 7. So, it didn't feel right to lose games like that. It just didn't. And have, they called us the Yucks. Yeah, this was personal.
Okay.
Yeah, we were sitting in a hotel room one time, and they were like, "Yeah, we're in San Diego and we in California. Now we get to watch, the pregame show, because we're in California now. So everything comes on early. We got the last game, so we get to watch the TV. So we turn on the ESPN, and Chris Berman comes on and say, the San Diego Superchargers play the Yucks today. I looked over at Brooks. I don't know what came over me, but I just got up out of the bed, went downstairs to the lunchroom and to the breakfast, and I just looked everybody in the face. I said, this stops today. I said, I was disrespected this morning when I was in my underwear, watching my TV. This stops today, gentlemen. And we went to work on them 25-14 later, and then we went on a playoff run. So there was a bunch of hard working men that believed that we were good enough to get it done, that got it turned around. And then a couple intricate pieces like Simeon and Coach that took us home, and Brad Johnson and Joe Jaravicius and Keenan McCardle. Some guys, man, some real guys. And it's our 20th anniversary coming up, and thanks for taking me down memory lane, because I got some people I got to call. I got some people I got to call, man. It's a whole, season that goes into it, Yeah. It ain't one game, it ain't one play. It's the whole thing. I mean, woo.
Okay, but it sounds like for you, though, you just hit that point where, you just couldn't abide that anymore. It just was too much.
No, not for somebody that talked as much trash as I did. If you're going to talk as much trash, you got to win some games. There was no greater challenge I had than building the Tampa Bay Buccaneers into a champion. I remember us flying home and us, making a flyover over Raymond James Stadium in the plane, and it was full. Man, we couldn't get 100,000 people, and we had 3 straight home games, and our stadium held 74,000 people. I'll say it again. We couldn't get 100,000 people in 3 straight home games, and the stadium held 74,000 people. Oh, yeah. It was so gratifying. When we came down Florida Avenue, and, oh, my God, they were hanging out of the parking garage. The parade was insane. I was eating corn dogs walking down. We had such a blast. Oh, my goodness, we had a blast.
Okay. So I think, thank you for that.
No, thank you. I got some phone calls to make.
What we were hoping to do with this NFT drop that the team has been working on.
Yes.
And I think we got Mitch. We've got some slides for that.
Oh,
got a little preview.
We got to show a picture.
Yeah.
Come on.
All
Are the people
y'all
ready?
You ready to see
Come on
this?
with it then. I heard one say ready. So
Okay.
if one ready, all ready.
Okay. So can I get a monitor real quick? Turn that a little bit. So we've got this is among those that we've got going. That's a serious sap right there.
That's one of my favorite pictures.
I liked it too.
That's one of my favorites.
Very
Fresh off the presses
One of my
last.
favorites right there.
And what we wanted to capture with some of this art was
Ooh.
that emotion,
Ooh.
right? So on the one side, you're saying, okay, this man disrespected me in my underwear. On the other side, yeah, not pictured, not pictured
Yes,
here.
got you, have you.
But that determination, right? That determination to make that change. The man who will not abide
no.
that treatment. The man
no.
will not abide that condition.
Oh, no.
The man who will make something.
Everybody in town gets to drive home safely and have the night that they want after I play a football game. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that picture.
So that's the one, and we have some others here that are kind of a preview of the
Come on.
of the series.
Come on, give me some love.
And there he is, making it happen.
Out the tunnel.
Right? You don't. Yeah. I mean, and is this QB killer looking back? Is he looking in the rear view?
No reason to look in the rear view. Next play.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing about that.
No.
You can't do nothing about yesterday. I tell my kids that all the time. Wake up in the morning, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. Make a choice. Make a choice.
And then we got another preview, just a little bit.
Ooh, come
A
here.
little bit of this series, and I think it's the last one that we have here.
Yeah. What that
And
pew at?
this is a couple of variations on a theme. And that is a man who is showing us his metal.
His gut.
Pun intended.
His gut. That's a man that's showing his gut. You know, if anybody else got a gut, you understand what I'm saying, right? That's a gut. That's a man showing you his gut right there on that picture right there.
That's the anchor right there, baby.
I
You
love
had
it.
to
I
have
ain't
it.
got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that. That's all me, baby.
Yeah.
I've been carrying him since I was 6 years old.
And we identified Warren, and he was kind enough to work with us. We think the world of Warren, and personally, I believe he's the best interior lineman. I was fortunate enough; I didn't have anywhere near the career that Warren had. But my first training camp with the Dolphins, we went up to Tampa and we practiced against Tampa. We practiced against Tampa Bay because after about 2 weeks in training camp back then was 6 weeks.
Oh.
You beat the shit out of each other, right?
You
You're
were
the same
begging
team.
for another color.
So
to
you
come
begging
around.
to go play, beat somebody else up that's not your teammate, right? So we went up, the Dolphins, we went up to Tampa, and it was just amazing to see this man work and then some of his teammates. And I'll say Randall McDaniel. Now I'm 21 years old, and I'm going against this man who's probably 8 years in, probably 6 Pro Bowls straight.
Oof.
And man, it's a different level, right? College and pros. What this man did in the pros is unprecedented, and we're very fortunate to be able to work with Warren. And it's not a cash grab for us. We're doing less than 1,000 NFTs. It's really to commemorate this man's career, and for us collectors to have it forever. That's really what it is. And some value benefits is we'll actually have memorabilia of Warren's as well available. And we'll also have a Zoom call for the first 20 to 50 people that buy the NFT. We can chop it up on a Zoom call and, can pick Warren's brain a little bit. So those are the value props, and we really appreciate the opportunity to work with Warren.
Yeah, this is just a preview here, right? Just a tribute. But yeah, it's hard to take that moment that you communicated earlier. It's hard to take that emotion and all of the blood, sweat, all the everything that goes into, even the gut, all of it. It's hard to fit it all into an NFT. It's hard to make it communicate.
You did a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job. I'm telling you, if I was disappointed, I'd tell you. I really don't. I'm just a fat, honest country boy from the woods, and if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. I'm sorry.
And I appreciate that. That's been the kind of the North Star of this project, is knowing that if it is something that pleases you, you're our audience, right? So this is something that helps. We hope.
I hope they like it too.
Yeah, that's the next level, right?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So with the this NFT series, like RC says, it's not a cash grab. This is a bit of a slow burn, actually. As far as NFTs go, and as far as NFT series go, we've seen some NFTs drop in the last year or two that have a connection to a celebrity or a connection to somebody who's really accomplished something very big in a big public way. Some athletes, some actors, right? Some well-known people, and they kind of go after it in a way that we didn't think fit the amount of effort that you just communicated and that kind of emotion, right? Like, it really didn't. It was like, hey, I'm just going to show up. So, like, yeah, everyone.
I'm sorry, I'm just warned. It's going to be different, I promise you. I'm way different. I told you I'm just a big country boy. You let him out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. It is what it is.
So think of this as like much smaller, much slower delivery. It's like when you stop on the old like farm to market roads when you're driving through Texas, right? Or when you're driving through the South, farm to market road, and you find a little hole in the wall, and they say, right, barbecue, fried okra, a little bit of maybe something else.
Definitely stop. Definitely stop. You better stop. That place ain't stayed open all those years for nothing. You better stop.
And you can order as much as you see fit to order, right? But they might not have everything ready right then.
They'll get to you.
Yeah, and it'll be worth it.
Good things come to those who wait.
So that's a lot like the strategy here too. Yeah. So not all at once, not a cash grab.
No.
It's a bit like that. I mean, maybe not everyone here is an okra person, right? Maybe you do the mac and cheese, all right?
Or baked beans.
Yeah. But the point is, it's going to be that slow burn, right? Just a little bit at first, and fewer than 1,000 to make sure that it really represents that value, something unique and something truly rare. So, yeah, that was what we had for the panel today, talking a little about this project.
So we got a question.
Q&A, it's time.
Ooh. You just talking about my defense, right? Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to get you on the Zoom call then, baby, because whoa, that's a lot. Then I gotta get a whole backups and everything. See, I gotta fit a whole 53-man roster. Ooh, that top 5. All right, I take Reggie White as my one end. Bruce Smith as the other one. So now I got 398 sacks between those two. Then I'm taking Mean Joe Green beside me, and that's my D line. And then we'll get to the linebackers, which would be Ray Brooks and Derek Thomas. I play 4-3. I'm sorry. I play 4-3. My quarterback, Brad Johnson. I take the bull any day of the week and twice on Sunday, baby. That's why you don't bother my quarterback, and my kicker is Martin Gramatica. Automatica. You already know. So there it is. There's my coach. And my coach's group. So coach, quarterback, kicker. I got my defense. The rest, you can give me whatever. Let's ride. Give me whatever. Thank you, baby. All right. That's funny. That's a good one right there in the metaverse. That means I can take Jim Brown and any of them people, right? Jeez.
We may just build it.
You can't give a kid in the candy store that much candy. Oh my goodness, good one. I like that one.
Yeah. And we got time for one more Q if there's one more A. So.
Come on. No. I think he has, 6 more in New England? So which one of the shines did he take off that one? Not mine. It's kind of like your girlfriend, that first. You never forget your first. That's what I was told, but, I love Brady for what he brought to us because, watching a quarterback throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions wasn't cool. wasn't cool at all. So, and then what we watched yesterday wasn't cool either. So, we done had the ups and the downs and the all around. So, that's what it has. One more, that one's too easy.
Right.
January 26, 2003. Yeah, Super Bowl. I mean, there's nothing compared to standing on top of the mountain and, walking around the stadium with your little girl in your arms. and Bon Jovi is playing in the corner. Yeah. Maybe one day. I won't rule it out.
Too much time.
I'd say I would never coach. Yellow shirt. The rabbit has the gun. I don't know how you even get that done. I was watching Real Sports the other night with the guy that played the last spot on Izzo's championship team back in 06 with Mateen Cleaves and them, and now he's a billionaire mortgage guy, and he donated $14 million for a facility that he's gonna name after Izzo. Then he gave him another $14 million to secure Mel Tucker, their head football coach. Huh? Hey man, but the college game is a lot more fun to watch. We just need a couple more teams in the playoffs, and then let's go enjoy this thing, right? I mean, I don't know what to say, but it's a lot better than $63 a weekend. That's what I used to get. And then when I got on the travel team, we got $32 a weekend because we were on the road and they fed us. So you didn't need food or money. You know what I'm saying? It's better than $32. I mean, yeah, that's what we was getting, $32 weekend money. And what, they get $5,000 now just for being on the team? More than that? I think we're good. One more.
You got any good footage of you laying out RC over here that we can?
No, RC tells a story about Randall McDaniel, and I'll tell y'all how serious it is for Randall McDaniel. My rookie year, I go in the game, and me and Brad Coper were in the game, Hall of Famer from the Gators up there in Florida. That's my man. It's Randall McDaniel and Chris Hinton. Most of y'all don't know the name Chris Hinton or Randall McDaniel, but Randall McDaniel's the finest guard I've ever faced, him and Larry Allen. But I just, and it almost like that memory of Chris Hinton comes into my mind. Like, you don't remember what Chris Hinton did to you? So I look and see Randall McDaniel. I'm like, I'm going to go over here to the old guy, Chris Hinton. I'm going to throw him off. I go over there and go to Bull Rush Chris Hinton. He jacks me up, headbutts me. Don't come over here with that stuff, young boy. I said, oh my God, I'm going to go over here to Randall McDaniel. At least when he beat me, he won't talk trash to me. Won't say a word to you, but Chris Hinton over here beating on me, telling me I can't come over here with. I said, you know what, I'd rather not be chastised and beat at the same time. I'm going to go over there to Randall McDaniel. You go to the better player, not to be talked bad to. That's how bad the NFL is sometimes to you, boy. Ooh, woo. That was my rookie year.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us today. Mr. Warren Sapp, NFL Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, and now NFT creator.
Welcome to the party, baby.